When the GV70 came out, Genesis was already a winner in the high-end market. Both the G70 Sports Sedan, 2019, and the GV80 Sport Utility Vehicle, 2021, were honored with 10 Best Awards. But the GV70 is more significant than any of those cars, or any other Genesis model, since it competes in the most lucrative and strategically significant subset of the luxury automobile industry. We purchased a GV70 to put it through its paces on a 40,000-mile test drive after it dominated in a three-way comparative test against the BMW X3 and the Lexus RX. Our GV70 came with a more powerful 3.5-liter V6 instead of the standard 2.5-liter Turbo 4. All GV70s are equipped with an automatic transmission and all-wheel drive as standard features. For an additional $9,900, our test vehicle was upgraded to the luxurious Sport Prestige trim, which included such luxuries as a three-dimensional digital instrument cluster, heated second-row seats, 21-inch wheels, a head-up display, Nappa leather and suede upholstery, and a limited-slip rear differential for improved handling and traction. The total MSRP was $64,045. The V6 engine produced 375 horsepower and 391 lb-ft of torque, allowing for a 0 to 60 miles per hour pace of 4.6 seconds. However, this time increased to 5.0 seconds after 40,000 miles were put on the vehicle. At first clocking in at 13.3 seconds and 104 miles per hour, our final quarter-mile time and speed had dropped to 13.4 seconds and 103.0 miles per hour, respectively. That's really quick, albeit it's not much quicker than the 5.6 second 0 to 60 and 14.1 second 99 miles per hour quarter-mile times of the 300 horsepower standard engine. However, the GV70's stopping power was just adequate. After 40,000 miles of testing, we found that the stopping distance increased to 182 feet from 180 feet at 70 miles per hour. The comparative vehicle's 167-foot time was achieved while using the identical Michelin Primacy Touring AS tires. We did not notice a significant difference between the two settings of brake pedal responsiveness. They are one of the car's numerous customizable features. The several driving modes, Eco, Comfort, Sport, Sport Plus, and Custom, modify the mapping of the throttle and gearbox, the steering effort, the volume of the artificial engine noise piped into the cabin, and the adaptive dampers, which are unique to the V6 of the vehicle. Michigan's uneven roads sometimes send a tremor through the structure and into the cabin, and the 3.5T's chassis has a stiffer baseline ride than the four-cylinder version, in part because of the 21-inch wheels. Nonetheless, we thought the penalty was appropriately severe. Roll resistance, reliable steering, and general poise placed the sportiest GV70 in an ideal position, exactly halfway between a Lexus RX and a Porsche Macan, as one reviewer described it. The GV70 fell short in the fuel efficiency department. The combined EPA estimate is 21 miles per gallon, but we only managed 20 miles per gallon on average. The GV70 got 26 mpg in our highway fuel economy test, beating the government's estimate of 25 miles per gallon by 1 mile per gallon. In our highway fuel economy test, we saw 28 miles per gallon from the 2.5T on the standard 19-inch wheels. The electrified GV70 has an EPA estimated range of 236 miles, making it an attractive alternative to gas-powered vehicles. We had plenty of practice with highway driving assist too, thanks to many cross-country road journeys. Although it works well generally, it may be frustrating in tight turns if you let the system alter the set speed based on navigation information. Similarly, the system seems hesitant to actually execute lane changes, sometimes backing out with an error message about how certain requirements aren't satisfied. When it came to the cabin, Genesis took a lot of swings for the fences. Video assistant editor Carlos Lago gushed, "The interior design is wonderful. Affluent and plush. people have said it's good enough to buy a $100,000 SUV. The brushed metal accents and ovoid forms within the GV70 were particularly impressive. With one notable exception, Genesis's sleek design doesn't come at the sacrifice of usability thanks to the prevalence of tactile controls. "Whenever I reach for the shifter, I grab the infotainment knob," remarked editor-in-chief Tony Quiroga, repeating a refrain from other drivers. The infotainment system's menu structure and large display were both highlights, and our only complaint was the lack of a wireless Apple CarPlay option. The Sport Prestige's seats received lower marks than the rest of the vehicle. Several motorists complained that they were too rigid. Most people report feeling numb after 2 hours, however a unique solution is available with these Ergo Motion chairs. The massage feature activates by itself after a short period. Additionally, the lateral bolsters are automatically adjusted to a tighter fit in Sport and Sport Plus modes. Although the back seats are spacious, the sloping back end is not ideal for transporting large items. As with a BMW X3, there is still capacity for 7 luggage behind the rear seats. We put the SUV's 3,500-pound towing capability to the test by having Quiroga pull a utility trailer from Los Angeles to Detroit. The installation of the factory trailer hitch cost $889. He said the V6 engine was undaunted by the challenge. In one case, the drivetrain entered a low-power mode, but the underlying problem resolved itself and hasn't returned. However, after the first 3 years or 36,000 miles, routine maintenance like as oil changes, tire rotations, and filter replacements will cost you nothing, and the service record will read like something out of a dull children's book. The dealer blamed the car wash soap, but none of the other long-term autos had any fading trim around the windows. Our opinion of the GV70 was not reduced after 40,000 kilometers. In fact, our main lesson may be that it isn't really essential to go for the top-tier V6 Sport Prestige trim level since this car is so well appointed. The GV70 excels across the board, which is a hallmark of a game-changing performer. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.